So I lied, kind of. Let me explain. The one video I have on this channel that continues to get views is my video on iCrayons versus the Neocolor II aquarelles. And in that video, I explained why I love the iCrayons and why I didn't feel like I needed a whole bunch of Neocolor IIs to do what I wanted to do. When that video came out, that was true. But since then, about a month after that video came out, I started using watercolor. Before that, I was doing a lot of mixed media art, using color pencils and paint, gouache, different things, but I wasn't really using watercolors. And I have grown to love watercolors. I use them on almost every painting I do now. Every drawing, every painting, I'll put a little watercolor. And because of that, I actually ended up not using my iCrayons pretty much after, maybe a month after that video came out. I do still have them. So I have my iCrayons, but my daughter actually uses these a lot now, which is nice because I give her these ones and I get to use the more expensive ones. But let me explain why. I do still think they're a good buy. I don't think it's something that you shouldn't buy if you want to buy them or if you want a cheaper alternative to the Neocolors. They still work really great. But because I use watercolors now, I did say this in that video that if you want something smoother, if you want it to be able to spread out all the way and not have texture left over, then the Neocolor IIs were pretty superior for that. I didn't need it at the time because I like a lot of texture in my art. You can still see there's a lot of texture in my art still. A lot of my quick paintings, I still do a lot of texture. So I could get away with using the iCrayons with these. But when I do something like this, where I have something very smooth, it's blended very well, then I couldn't do that with the iCrayons. And I could only really do that with the Neocolors. I'm going to show some of my paintings. Pretty much every painting I am using these. Now, the last time I did the video, I only had the pack of 12. You can see I have more now. I did not buy the 40 or 82 like I had talked about in there that I was tempted to buy. I did take the time to use the iCrayons to really use some of my other art material that I have to see what colors I like using, what kind of art I enjoy making. And I use a lot of pastels, a lot of brighter colors, but I also like a lot of browns and neutrals as well. And so after I played around with my other material more, I bought individual colors. The only sets I bought, I did buy their anniversary set. So they had these like limited edition. I bought the pastel set because I really wanted the pastel colors and I'm glad I got those. I don't regret it at all. I use them a lot. And then everything else I was able to buy individually on Blick. You can buy them, I think, at Jackson's and some other places individually, but for me, it was just easiest to buy them on Blick. So let me give you some examples. I gave examples in the last video of where I used the iCrayons or I used them together. Now that I use watercolor, this was originally a watercolor, I tend to blend anything else that I put on there a little bit more. I do like texture still, and I'll do that kind of at the end. But even with my color pencils, I have a lot of watercolor pencils so that I can lay it down different textures, but I can also blend it in. And these work so well for that. When I don't care and I'm just kind of making things a little more textury, I wouldn't have to use these, but I still really enjoy using them. I have them around all the time now, just in this, so they're easy to grab. But paintings like this, where I really was trying to blend everything in, I cannot do that with the iCrayons. And I've really started to enjoy this kind of look. This here, I would not have been able to do with the iCrayons. You might not be able to tell, but I laid down a bunch of Neocolors and then I blended them all out. And then I put other things on top, like color pencils and stuff for the texture for like this. So you can see I'm using these a lot along with my other art supplies. I still do a lot of mixed media art, but I have a different style than what I originally had talked about in the video about a year ago that I did. And so I just wanted to update everyone on why maybe if you've seen any of my shorts that I put on YouTube I almost always have a Neocolor II in the background, or I'm drawing with them. I just wanted to explain that I wasn't lying necessarily in that video. I did really love the iCrayons, but when I changed my style and I started doing some other things, I found that the Neocolors were really worth it for me. So I don't regret this purchase at all. I'm glad I took the time to understand pastels a little bit better. I'm glad I got the cheaper ones to play around with and figure out what I liked. But now that I've been painting for another year, I have found these to be really invaluable. Let me know if you'd want a video where I actually show how I use these. I do have a lot of shorts where I am using them and you can see those, but if you'd like a video where I show how I actually use the Neocolor IIs, let me know, and let me know if you use these or if you still really like the iCrayons.